Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. We love Mondays. I love Mondays. My students love Mondays. Why? Because you need to love Mondays, because Monday is just another day when it comes to when you prepare for your USMLE or when you're working hard, whether you're preparing for any board exam, school exam, starting a business, expanding your business. You got to work. And Monday morning blues is a real thing. I don't got Monday morning blues because I know Monday is coming. I tell my students from Friday, hey, we have a study plan. Hey, you better spend some time with family and friends. By the way, happy post Mother's Day. Every day is Mother's Day, as we all know. So, point is, you spend the weekend, family, friends, relax. Now it's nicer weather. You enjoy life. And then Monday comes and you have that withdrawal effect. I got to go back to work. I got to go back to studying. I got to go back to whatever you're doing. So the trick is to pace yourself over the weekend, work a little, enjoy a little. So then Monday you wake up and you're continuing on what you got to do. So I like to jump on Mondays to see you guys just because I can. I got a few moments before my next session. And I have some questions I want to answer because the more we do in these live streams, the more students and physicians like yourself are reaching out, which is awesome because I have a certain purpose. Me and my team, USMLE Trainings, we are trying to change and recreate the message out there for all of you, whether you're studying for step 1, step 2, NBME, shelf exams. Hey, you're just taking tests, test taking. We have mastered and we've hacked the system. We know what to do, how to do it. So I jump on and do these live streams so you can ask questions for me or ask questions to me and I can answer live. And then also I can field some questions that we've collected over the past weekend, actually. And then obviously these are recorded so you can watch them anytime, right? So feel free to ask questions. I'm here for you guys like I always have, like I always will be. So that's that. But yeah, basically today's Monday morning here in America. And that's why we have a lot of doctors here nationwide, worldwide. So whatever it is, it's a Monday. We start studying, we start pushing forward, right? A quick little tip. If you have these Monday morning blues with whatever, whether you're working, like I said, pursuing something, you definitely want to have a study plan. You don't want to wake up Monday morning and figure out what to do next. A lot of you do. I was guilty of that too. I know a lot of you do that. So the way people take time to meal plan, prep plan and all that, I tell my students, they have a study plan anyway, but I tell my students to go ahead and say, Sunday, spend some time, follow our study plan, create your own study plan, have a game plan Monday through Friday. So you guys do what you got to do and keep moving forward, right? Yeah, exactly. So what I'm going to do, because I have a few moments, I'm going to answer some questions. And feel free to ask questions in the chat, whether you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, or Instagram. And if I can field it, I will. If not, USMLEtrainings.com is the website. Subscribe to our mailing list if you want to receive any and all information when we launch new courses, programs, specials, bonuses, resources, promos, and whatnot. At the same time, always looking forward to seeing new faces on our live sessions that we typically have every Tuesday and Thursday morning. I do travel a lot. I do work with many medical schools and universities and hospitals. So many times we change our live sessions, typically Tuesday, Thursday. Love to see everybody jumping on. Hey guys, good morning. Good morning. I'm getting people from everywhere, from Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, right? So I'll answer a few questions. And again, if you need help when it comes to USMLE prep, don't waste months figuring out what to do. Don't waste months using resources that aren't for you. It depends what you need and what works for you, right? So that's why I'm available. I see Parago on board. Hey, Parago, good to see you. Chris, good morning, good afternoon. Miranda, always a pleasure. Yanis Salsalis, Greek, my friend overseas, good to see you. So I will answer some questions that my team have collected through the weekend. And if you have any questions, reach out. If you want to start prepping with me live as of tomorrow, USMLEtrainings.com. That's the website. You could jump on and not only join our live sessions, have access to my study plan, have access to all my resources, and the big bonus, not only get the QBank video library, which expands weekly, you also have a 30-minute consultation with me directly one-on-one, which I love to do with all my new students, because whether you're jumping on multiple attempts, first attempt, hey, I just started med school, I would rather see you for 30 minutes and get to understand exactly what's going on, so then I could put you on a better path instead of either way following our plan. But clearly, when we have thousands of students in our system, things have to change slightly student by student, right? So that's why my team and I, USMLE Trainings, decided to put this bonus for all of you, which is great. 30-minute consultation, part of the package. Awesome, good stuff, right? So I have some questions I need to answer because my time is limited and I need to jump off, not in a few moments, but in a little bit, all right? Number one question. Actually, six people asked the same exact question. Ready? The whole concept. The question is not having the confidence in selecting the answers. What do I do? So the question is not having the confidence in selecting answers. Think about it this way. Many students have this problem. All of us are able to study, review, watch videos, whether it's my QBank videos, whether it's online med ed, Boards and Beyond, Kaplan, whatever videos you're watching. You're dumping, brain dumping, right? Yeah. You're familiar. Yeah. You have your book open. Then you start answering questions. Problem is, the questions are structured quite differently than when you're studying information. Makes sense. And the answers look pretty good. Heads up. There's MDs and PhDs that are employed to write and create these questions for USMLE, right? So that's why for the past 15 years, everyone has the same problem. Hey, doc. Hi, Dr. Stavros. Hey, doc. Hey, team. I always get it down to 2 answers. And guess what? I choose the second best. I'm not surprised. It happened to me. Happened to all my colleagues. Happens to everyone. That's why you're guided the right way. That's why you have to answer the questions and you have to practice over and over again to perfect your skill, because getting content and learning it and relearning it is one part of this exam. The other part is you got to answer questions and then have the confidence, the gut feeling, the confidence, the structure when you're test taking to say, you know what? Even though this answer looks good, I know it's this answer versus, I chose A, I'm going to change it to B, and that was actually incorrect. A little information about me. I literally telling you this because I'm always honest with everybody. When I studied for STEP, back then, I would always change right to wrong. I was guilty of it. I jumped. I always answered the question right, but then I'm like, oh, it's too easy. It can't be this easy. And because of that, I would change it right to wrong. It happens to this day to the majority of you. Happens to all my students at the beginning when I start prepping with them. And with building confidence and building your basic science, reinforcing your basic sciences, eventually, like, you know what? The answer is B. I don't care. A looks good, C looks good, but B is the right answer. So not having the confidence in selecting the answers, the answer to that is you have to practice more questions. And if you realize you're getting the questions wrong because of content, you got to go back and learn it. If you're changing the answers, you're second guessing, you're overthinking, you're jumping, that's test taking skills. And you know me, and I'm going to say you have to practice more questions the correct way, assess yourself the correct way, and then eventually you'll improve and have the confidence, that gut sensation to say, you know what, that's the answer and I'm moving on. All right. So that's the answer to that question, not having the confidence selecting the answers. I had 6 questions just like this come in this weekend. So that's why I loved attacking that one. All right. Again, Dr. Stavros here, USMLE Trainings, the Monday morning. We love Monday mornings because you know what? Monday turns to Tuesday. Before you know it's Friday. And I'm telling you, a lot of people get the Monday morning blues. Don't worry about it. Keep pushing. You'll do well. All right. Next question. All right. This is a good one. No idea about my workload, getting exhausted. All right. Well, there's questions and statements. Some students send either. So overall, this individual goes, hey, listen, good to see everybody. Dr. Duarte, wonderful. Everyone on board. Good to see everyone. No idea about my workload, getting exhausted. All right, well, you're in med school or you're a physician practicing and you want to come to the States, so you have to take the USMLE. Either way, you've chose a career, medical school, medicine. That's exhausting. Like anything you pursue, law, medicine, nursing, business, uh, any kind of trades, anything you're doing, it takes a lot of work. The problem is, if you wake up every morning trying to figure out what to do, exhausted. If you do not know where your weaknesses are and you're just trying to do it all, exhausted. When you're using so many resources, exhausted. This is what I see with all the students I've worked with for over a decade. I mean, it's the same thing over and over again. I hope you know. Questions change. The USMLE changes the questions every so often, but students have the same problem. I collect all the resources. I buy everything. Nowadays, you can get everything online, practically for free, right? People share things. And I have 10 hours a day I'm studying. That doesn't impress me. It doesn't impress me at all. Because when you're contacting me, it means you need help, right? And when you're telling me you've read First Aid 4 or 5 times and done QBank 3 times at a 50%, that concerns me. Because now you wasted 6 months to a year, exhausted, frustrated. If you have a family, husband, wife, spouse, and kids, they've suffered. They're exhausted. Financially, you might be hurting too, because a lot of times, the spouse picks up the slack while you're studying. I mean, I've seen it all. And I'm human, so I understand the difficulties in studying. So all because of that, you get exhausted. Of course you do, 100%. That's why you need a study plan. And that's why you need guidance. Many of my students jump on my live sessions in my program. And that's why we have our 30-minute consultation, because I find out what is their timeline. Are they studying, taking the test in 3 months or 1 year? How many hours a day can they study? I mean, guys, be realistic. If you're in rotations and you're working and you have 2 kids, you're not going to do it in 2 months. It's impossible. But many of you, I want to do it in 2 months. Yeah, but you can only study 2 hours a day. It's a mathematical equation. It's not enough time. So when you're exhausted, it's just like that. Spiros Xenokostas. Bravo. Good to see you. Everyone, Yana, always a pleasure. We'll contact you later. Dr. Yana from overseas. Always wonderful seeing everybody. The scenario that I gave a while ago was like hitting a golf ball, right? It just makes sense. If I want to learn how to do something like play golf, and I go to a golf range and I hit the ball 100 times, I can pay the money. I can sit outside, hit 100 balls, 500 balls. The balls are going everywhere. It's not going where I want them to go. I'm not working on my swing. I'm not working on my technique. I'm not working on anything, my posture, whatever. And then later, after weeks, I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I've spent money every day, spent time, hours away from family and friends to go play. And then my friends ask me, hey, how you doing? I'm all right. Okay, good. Let's play. So I go play and the balls are going everywhere, but straight. And then I'm frustrated, right? It's the same thing like all of you are doing now who are exhausted. You're not getting the right guidance. You're not getting the right technique. Maybe using the wrong resources for you. Just because people are using this doesn't mean that's good for you. So when you are tired and you have no idea about your workload, and clearly this is a question that came in yesterday, workload meaning if it's a study, you need a study plan. If you have to balance work and studying, then you got to figure it out. I do that with my students, especially the one-on-one sessions. I do quite a few coaching one-on-one private. So if you have questions about that, reach out to us, usmletrainings.com. There's a form on the website where you can submit, and then we have to hand select you because sometimes it just doesn't fit our schedule versus I'm always honest with every request that comes in. Sometimes I can't help students, right? So some students need that extra attention to say, well, I need that extra help because I just can't figure out how to balance my work and my studying. My work, my studying, and my life. So that's what it comes down to. Cool? Awesome. So those are 2 questions. I have time for one more question. This actually, I'm going to do 2 questions. Need help boosting confidence level to sky high? Well, it's a statement again. So, need help boosting confidence, right? You need help boosting confidence to sky high. All right. So my question to that before I answer is, well, we all need confidence boost. Sure. Motivation? Sure. Inspiration, guidance, structure. All my one-on-ones that I've worked with, step 1, step 2, step 3, that's why they join. They join because they need a little more guidance. They need a little more hands-on. They need more one-on-one time with myself, right? And the other ones that doctors like yourselves here, most of you that come on to my weekly sessions every Tuesday and Thursday, it's accountability. You jump on, you participate in a group setting with other physicians like yourself and students. And whether you believe it or not, jumping in the morning and then listening to me, and then we interact and you hear what I have to say, there's not one student that says, you know what, I didn't get anything out of it. They finish that session and they love it, because I get up every morning fired up because I love doing this, as well as with our residency placement services, with our rotations that we do with our students. Like, there's a lot more we do than just step 1. So if you have any questions, reach out to us and ask us, and we can help you. Step 1, step 2, step 3. If you're matching this year, which starts in September, if you need rotations, externships, internships, we have interventional cardiology in Texas. We have spots in Illinois, Florida, New York. Reach out to us, okay? So if you need guidance, we're here for you. But this is why you work with us, because I'm sorry, but when you're studying for an exam, you need to be motivated. You need to be guided, and you need to have that discipline. Like, I'll be honest with you. I lost weight. I feel good. I had to hire a trainer / therapist, physical therapist, because, I know what I got to do, but I needed some techniques for some issues with my neck and my lower back, because I've done a lot of sports and had some injuries. So I reached out and I got the best of the best to show me a few techniques so I can better myself, because I don't want to feel not great in the mornings, right? So you invest some time in yourself and figure out, okay, well, if I have 3 months to take a test, are you dedicated for 3 months? Many of you are. If you are, congratulations. I wish you the best. Watch me jump on, say hi, go and kill it. Majority lose momentum. Majority feel tired, feel exhausted, feel beat up, feel defeated, have no confidence because this test sucks. And because of that, they don't do well. So help boosting confidence. It's either you could jump on and you can join our membership monthly, so you could see me twice a week, 4 times a month for as long as you want. Or you can get the consultation for the hour, jump on, and I can meet you for 1 full hour, which many of you have done that already. And then I give you that extra boost plus study plan plus everything. And then some of you want to meet me 2-3 times a week. Sure, that's a one-on-one. Either way, if you don't put time in, whether with me or just by yourself, you're not going to make it. It's very hard, right? So confidence, it's not easy to have, but when you have a team and you join a team, it becomes a lot easier. It really does. I mean, that's why there's no excuse now, guys. I'm being honest. There's no excuse. If you need help, whether it's from me, I don't know, from me, from my team, from people online, whatever it is, I need you to make sure whatever you do, whatever you invest in, myself, another company, another coach, or any book, is it worth it? Is it worth it for you? Are you going to maximize your return? Do not be that individual that spends thousands of dollars, goes to some programs, and then comes out saying, ooh, I didn't learn that much. Well, that sucks, because that's a lot of money. And I know a lot of you who are medical students, physicians, nowadays it's not easy. It's never been easy. So that's why we have our costs really low, because honestly, I was a student and I am a student of life and medicine always. And that's why we're growing our community every day, because it's a low price monthly membership. And then you get to see me. And then you know what? You have to pass the test. I already took the test and passed. I have moved on. You guys have to pass it. So that's why, if you need it, we're here. But boosting confidence, not easy. It really isn't if you do it by yourself. I hope you do. So either way, I would give you a little tip now. At the end of the day, wake up every morning with a routine. Don't, because you're home studying usually. Hi, Anastasia. I got people coming in. YouTube. Hey, everybody. LinkedIn. Hello. I'm just shouting out to people. When you have a schedule, you stick with it. If I gave you all a rotation right now, I said, you know what? I'm giving you guys a gift from me to you. Starting today or next Monday, you have a rotation, 4 weeks on me. Boom. Or you're in a school, you have a rotation, you have a job. Would you not go? Of course you would. Would you not wake up early? Yes. Would you not go to drive to the rotation? Uh-huh. So why wouldn't you do that for your studying? I know the answer already. Because you're home studying. So there's the TV, there's the bed, there's the couch, there's the fridge, there's the outside, there's the phones, and you get distracted. So that leads into destroying your confidence, routine, structure, discipline, and motivation. So if you had to get up to go to work, well, you got to get up and study. So whether you got to change environments, leave your place, go to the library with more of my one-on-one students, we find ways to improve any issues they have. And also, if you join my live sessions, if you didn't want to do the one-on-one, you ask me questions like now. No one's asking me questions. That's cool. When you ask me questions, I'll answer you. But if you need motivation, you cannot study at home, get yourself out of home. You got to go to a library. I know it's common sense, but most of you don't do it. You're still stuck in your routine, and then you don't do well. So you need confidence. Hey, I'll get it to you. You need motivation. I can do as much as I can for you, but it's from within. Okay, so that's why we push hard to work together. All right. One more question I got, because I got to run. And again, any questions, you could actually text QBank or QBanks or USMLE or Step One. And you'll get direct access to what we got to do for our weekly live sessions. These streams that I do are just me to you here available. If you want to ask, I can answer. I like to do them throughout the week just because I get many questions. Instead of answering them individually, I rather answer it like this. And it's recorded, it's archived, it's there forever. And many of you might have the same question, like you do have the same question. I can't answer 40 questions at the same time because it's the same stupid answer to the stupid question, right? So that's why I rather answer one question. By the way, there's no stupid question, but it gets to a point where you see the same questions over and over again, right? So that's why I figured I could do that. You guys get access to all the answers, by the way. Now, there's a question. Give me a second, Doc. I'll answer you. So that's the whole point. That's why I want you guys to jump on. I want you guys to send me questions through our support system, support at USMLEtrainings.com, at our email. I want you to jump on. I want you to send me questions in social media. I want you to see me when I'm live. Question, guys, I have a question for you here, everybody. Do you guys get notifications when I go live? Yes or no? Either put a Y or N. Just want to make sure. On Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, because I'm using a service that literally live streams everywhere. So if you could just say yes or no on every social media that you're at. Love to know if you got a notification that I went live. Just a heads up. All right, cool. Let me answer this question. Hello, Dr. Stavros. Do you suggest starting with step 2 or go to normal way and start with step 1? That's a good question. So his question is, hey, do I go to step 2? Or do I start with step 1, the traditional classic way? Ideally, you should go through step 1 first and then step 2, because step 1 has a lot of material. I know it's a little different because it's more details. It's like the derivations, a little baby details that can be annoying. But step 2, unfortunately, has a lot of step 1 in it. And step 2, even though it's clinical knowledge and it's testing your knowledge of differential diagnoses and also management, it expects you to know a lot of step 1. So, scenario. Many of you are in rotations and figure, I'll do step 2 before step 1. You could do that. No problem. You could. I have a lot of doctors now who are doing that. They realize that there's some issues with their step 1 foundation, and they have a little more difficulty, and they have to jump back and forth to supplement the step 1 content that they didn't have prior, that they don't have, right? So step 2, you can jump in, but they're expecting you to know step 1. Versus if you have the time, Doc, if you do, because it only depends if you do, I would suggest 3 to 5 months, 8 hours a day, roughly 6 days a week, study plan. You can't learn it all, but you follow the technique that especially I show you, or just watch stuff that I have online, and you put your step 1 foundation in. You do well, you pass, and then it's an easier transition to get to step 2, because many of my students I've worked like back to back. They come to me for step 1, and then immediately they go to step 2. It's because they've already graduated med school. They can do that. or they have a little extra break. So the school has provided them extra time. So if you have that gift of doing 1 and 2 back to back, I would do 1 first, put all that emphasis in, put that discipline, that hard work, right? Build that foundation. And then when you're done and you pass, you jump into step 2 that much quicker. You cover all of internal medicine, which that's step 2, peds, OB, gyne, surge, all the specialties. And I guarantee 3 months the most, and you'll be able to score 245 minimum and then move on. So to answer your question, you can go step 2 first, then step 1, but be aware that a lot of step 1 is showing up to step 2. And a little spoiler alert, you guys are not going to like this, but when you take step 3, which is always in residency, but many people take step 3 before residency because they could with their schedule, either have a year off or they tried to match it, couldn't get in, whatever the case, there is a lot of step 1 on step 3. It's getting more intense because they figured, there's no clinical skills exam. Step 1, it's important. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that we don't like to do, but we have to learn it. So traditionally, step 1, step 2 will help you with the foundation building to then get to step 3. But many people do jump around, take step 3, step 1, and then start step 2, step 1, and step 3. So that was the long answer to the short answer of yes, you can do step 2 before step 1. Be aware that every test has its pros and cons, right? So thank you. Good question, by the way. Very good. And the reason why that's a good question is because a lot of doctors that I have too, they go, well, I haven't taken step 1. I'm in clinical rotations. My knowledge is pretty good. I'm a physician, or I'm doing well on my shelf exams. I've practiced for a couple of years. I'm good at clinical knowledge. So they go, hey, I'm going to take step 2. Congratulations. I would advise you to start doing questions, start working on Amboss or UWorld, and see how you can adapt to the style of questions they ask you. If you realize, hey, I'm doing pretty good, 55, 60, 62s off the bat, that's a good indication that you could probably do well in step 2. But if you feel lost, if you feel like, you know what, I can't do my differentials, I'm not good with management, I'm kind of lost with like knowing about pheochromocytoma or, NF1, NF2, and those kind of things that are highlighted on step 1, unfortunately, Doc, I would take a step back. So try it both. Let me know, Doctor. Honestly, reach out to me on social media or email my team support@USMLEtrainings.com, or just go to USMLEtrainings.com. There's information there. You can just submit, you could chat, submit an email to our support team, call our department, whatever the works. I want to hear from you. So either way, I want you on the right track. That's why I do these live streams, honestly. I'm very busy with step 1, step 2, step 3, internships, externship services. This is one of many things that we do. So I want you at least to get something out of this. Whatever you do, start with the right resources, start with a good study plan, and give yourself an honest timeline to say, you know what, I got 4 months, 4 months. Don't wake up every morning in a panic. Don't wake up every morning trying to figure out what to do, because I can promise you there's so much information. It's going to be overwhelming. It's going to saturate you. You'll collect first aid, this book, that video, this PDF. You're like, okay, I'm full of content. I got so much information. It's coming out of every orifice, but I don't know what to do. Just like that's what happens to a lot of people. All right. So awesome, guys. I got to run. I have a couple of sessions one-on-one coming up soon. So anything you need, USMLEtrainings.com, jump on board. We have 2 sessions every week with our live students. This week, we're covering respiratory and renal. It's a 9-week program. Last week, we did biochem and cardio. The first week, which was week before that, we did immuno and micro. All our live sessions that we do with our students are recorded and archived in the community. We have an online community. You have access to that to reach out to more students, study partners, access to my team and myself. We provide Amboss preset links. Like if you have questions and you don't know how to do questions, you don't know what to do. Well, when I do my questions live, when I answer them live, I provide specific links to you all in the community. And those who have access to Amboss get access to that. To basically say, I do the heavy lifting. I send you the links. You just do the questions and learn the content. That's high yield information. So we started 3 weeks ago. This is week 3. So if you want to jump on board, join us, USMLEtrainings.com. And I would love to see you on board Tuesdays and Thursday mornings. Doctor, my thanks for your answer. Instagram gives notifications when you go live. Just wanted to double check. Thank you for giving me the feedback on that to confirm. And I appreciate your question. And I want more questions from you, because this is one thing before we go, I realized 15 years in, still I'm disappointed with how the system is. The advice that the majority is giving is obsolete for STEP. And I don't blame them. I'm going to go on a rant here 2 seconds. Med schools do their best, yes, but the people advising you do not have the proper knowledge or experience to give you the right answers. So a lot of you out there are doing what the schools are telling you to do, and then unfortunately you get stuck, and they can't help you when you're done, right? When you're done with your rotation. So, or doctors who have finished med school really aren't in the system. They're not in the network, right? So they just go based upon what Reddit says or what their friends say. So I give you advice, not because I feel like giving you the advice. I know what works and what doesn't in the majority of people that I've worked with. So that question is wonderful, because this individual might say, okay, Dr. Stavros gave me 2 answers, A and B. If I go this route, this is what I got to do. But if I go this route, this is what I got to do. Instead of getting the advice, which I'm going to blast everybody now, the advice that I was given 15 years ago, do 250 questions a day and you'll score high in USMLE. That was ridiculous. And to this day is the same stupid advice given to you. That advice is accurate later in your studies, not right away. If you're doing 200 questions a day, random time from the beginning, you're doing it wrong. That's later. Once you build your foundation, you've done questions, you feel good. That 250 a day is building stamina, endurance, and running the race of life in USMLE. All right. So I'm here to help you guys. USMLEtrainings.com, QBank, type in, text me QBank or QBanks or USMLE. You get the link sent to you. Jump on. You don't have to waste any more time. Jump on with me live twice a week in my online community. See what I do. And you'll have access to everything I give you, everything I've made, including my QBank videos, which we expand every week. We have NBME questions, pharmacology, all the organ systems. I mean, there's examples everywhere. There's samples, right? So there's nothing to, we're very transparent what we do. We just want to make that message go everywhere, global, so you guys aren't wasting time and money using the wrong resources or just wasting time trying to figure out what to do. All right, guys, thank you for joining. I got to run. Fanny, Lala, love it. Isabella, Estefanales, and so many, many names. Guys, thank you for your support. Be safe, stay safe, and I'll see you probably Wednesday, Thursday. Don't know. Got to check my schedule. I'll be jumping on live randomly. Just get those notifications and jump on board. All right. Everything is recorded. So go to my Instagram or go to any of my social media platforms. You can get this video, watch it again, share it with your friends. Let's get that message out. Let's have a game plan. So whatever you're doing, med school, law school, NCLEX, grad school, it's the same thing. Content, test taking, content, test taking. I can show you how to conquer these tests. All right. All right. You're the best, guys. Ciao.